Okay, I want to welcome all of you here. Our group is growing. How exciting. This last week, I had the opportunity to join a friend at her workplace, and we did a class on mindless eating. Mindless eating or stress eating. And so many times when we stress eat, what kind of foods do we grab?
Comfort foods.
Comfort foods, like you see here, you know? And anybody want to guess how many calories are in each one of these plates? That's what this is all about. So take a guess.
160 to 240.
That is really good. 200
I do
calories.
a lot of snacking.
Yeah. You're the expert, huh? 200 calories are represented on each of those plates. You can't even get a whole donut. It's a fifth of that donut is gone. Look at that, a half a muffin. So, when you come to here, you would have to eat this much celery to equal that half a muffin. Or this much celery to equal that one donut. Or those six little cookies. Isn't that crazy? Each stalk of celery has 1 calorie. So there's 20 bunches here with 200 stalks of celery to equal 200 calories. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
6 slices of honeydew, 100 grapes, 40 cherries, 4 peaches, 2 apples, 6 carrots. Now, if you were to eat 4 peaches or 2 apples or 2 bananas, how full would you be?
Really?
Yeah, you'd be pretty full. But if you went to eat these 6 little cookies or that half a muffin, how full are you?
You want the other half.
You want the other half plus more.
Yeah.
And so the thought is, start thinking when you are stressing out, instead of going to grab that food, boy, this would be a much better go-to, but I know we don't want to do that. But you sure can get your bang for your buck when you're eating celery. That's the moral of the story. So anyway, I just had to share that before I put this away. And so, if anybody wants celery to take home, I know where you can get some. I told my friend who I did this class with, I said, you know what? It's just so much more of a visual when you get the real deal.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to do that. Anything here that surprised you?
That it's
The muffin.
200 stalks of celery.
Yeah,
Shocked that you actually had it here.
yeah.
I'm kind of surprised the donut's actually only that. I figured the donut in the back.
I glazed it. And by the way, 1 avocado. Avocados have fat, but what kind of fat is it?
Good fat.
It is a good fat. Absolutely. So, with this, we'll get started on our, if you want to pull that down there, that would be awesome.
Oops.
I find it makes it a lot easier and more desirable to snack on celery if I get it home and cut it up and put it in water as soon as I get it home. Otherwise, it just sits in my drawer.
Yeah.
If I leave
I
it
eat a
here.
lot of celery.
Do you?
Yeah. I do put peanut butter.
And again, for a lot of these things, it's good to have a good blender.
Oh, the
I
vitamin.
really like my Vitamix. And,
I love my vitamin.
yes, anybody who has one. So, anyway, this first one I wanted to do for you is cucumbers. My mom was kind enough to do the cucumber juice for me, and so this is all ready to go. So I kept thinking, oh, I've got all these cucumbers, what should I do with them? So I just came up with this in my head because you know what? I drank this plain and it is not good. So I said, what in the world can I make out of this?
What is it?
Cucumber juice.
Cucumber juice.
What did
like
you
it
do?
just-
Do you have a juicer?
I don't have a juicer.
Okay.
But I thought I saw pieces go in there. Is there any pieces in that or just?
I don't know, but there won't be when we're
No, the
done.
Vitamix will grind.
Yeah,
But did you do the skins too?
I didn't. You probably could. My mom said, you could do the skins, and I go, I don't know. So salt to taste. And I don't know if any of you need mint, but I have lots of mint in my garden. And so I just, took some of that, and I do protein powders here and there.
Is that a vegan protein powder?
It is.
Okay.
It's made of pea protein.
Okay, so no soy or, does it have soy? Okay. Where do you buy?
Oh,
that?
like the health food, just the health food store.
Okay, because I've heard of that supplement superstore on 135th, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the vegan protein powders are really bad.
Yeah.
So
And then-
the vegan protein powders are really not.
To make it a little more refreshing, we'll just throw some ice in here.
So just to be clear, you made the original, what you poured out of a jar in a juicer, not your blender.
Yeah, I have a couple different juicers, and that was a Jack LaLanne. But I have a Champion also, but the Jack LaLanne's real easy to do up. Okay, so here we go. Okay. It's different every time because, I really like that. So, Marilyn, I'm gonna let you fill these and pour these. I have more cups downstairs. I just have those. Okay. So, that's an easy drink to do, to make. So,
If I pass these around.
Yep, just pass them around.
So now you wouldn't want to put your cucumber in the Vitamix because of the seeds, or could wouldn't the Vitamix?
You
Could you
could.
do that? Because I don't have a juicer.
Okay,
Same here.
absolutely. You could do that.
Would it become too pulpy?
I don't know.
Just add more water, probably. So this next one I want to make is bruschetta. How many of you have had bruschetta before? I do too. But I was thinking, what else could we do to change the bruschetta a little bit? So I came up with this. It's the tomato season, and my tomatoes, for whatever reason, are all dying. But my friends have tomatoes, so they were kind enough to share. So I cut up about 3 to 4 tomatoes, or maybe more even in there. And
That's okay. We can share.
there's plenty,
We can share.
there's plenty here, so to do your refills. And then basil. Again, if anybody wants basil or mint before they leave, I have lots of it. So I put basil in here.
Kind of get used to that. We're so used to the nectar part now.
And then a couple tablespoons
But it's actually good.
of food measures, dump. These are all suggestions. And then garlic. I like a lot of garlic in my stuff.
Are those full cloves?
Uh-huh. And then cucumbers. I thought, you know what, we can put some cucumbers in here. So we'll dump those in. And the other thing that I just started doing just recently is doing corn on the cob, cutting it off, but eating it raw off the cob. And so I thought, you know what, I bet corn in a bruschetta
Wait a
would be
minute.
awesome. So guess what?
I'll do it here.
I've just been doing that. So corn on the cob
I got it.
and so we're gonna stir that up. and put a little salt in there. And my sounds like it went away.
Turn it back up over there.
So, there we go.
There you go.
Okay.
And probably, salt it to taste, however you want.
I've never seen salt packets like
And there you go. So again, it has tomatoes, basil, olive oil, garlic, cucumbers, and some fresh corn. Now, what would you do with this?
that. Just eat it right.
Yep, you can eat it like that.
Chill it.
You can chill it. But the other thing I just came up with just the other night is my daughter was here and I had just made some quinoa. And we put this on top of the quinoa and cut up an avocado. Delicious, and that's what you're gonna have tonight. And there's a full meal. Okay, who remembers here how to make the quinoa? How do you do that? Go
I
ahead.
love quinoa.
I do too.
I just rinse it and then put it in a pan of water and boil it.
Okay, do you remember the ratio?
2 to 1.
2 to 1, that's right. And I don't even wash my quinoa, I never have. I know you're probably supposed to
I know, why
wash.
are you supposed
It's
to?
hard to rinse it, but
Sometimes, I've seen that most of the kinds you buy now are pre-washed. You wash it because it has saponins on it, which is like a kind of a bitter resin that's meant to protect it when it's growing so that the insects and the bugs don't come and eat it. It tastes bad, so they leave it alone.
Okay, and so it's 2 cups of water to 1 cup of quinoa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just had it last night, it's a 1-pound enchilada quinoa. And it has-
Oh, yes.
Well, but you can leave the ground turkey out.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it was sweet potatoes, quinoa, and then an enchilada sauce. But you could substitute, you can make a tomato somehow, but I just buy the organic tomato sauce, or enchilada sauce. It's really yummy.
And isn't
That
that
was
pretty?
beautiful.
It has a very pretty display. And again, the more raw you can eat, the better. So, something else you can do, I have blue corn chips. You can use it as a dip, or you can have it as a meal on top of the quinoa. So, anyway. And the other thing I wanted to show you that's really fast, that I just learned this week is a fast salad dressing. This salad dressing is just 3 ingredients. You make it up the quantities, but it's 50% lemon juice, 25% maple juice, and 25% sesame oil. It is delicious. Dump those together and there you have your salad dressing. You don't have to worry about high fructose corn syrup or whatever. So what I was going to do is just have some spoons just so you can taste it. And there we go. Okay.
Would you repeat the recipe?
It's 50% lemon juice. So we'll just do this.
I think that's fresh squeezed.
It is. But you could do the store-bought kind. And then 25% maple syrup. So we'll just do one of these. I haven't even opened this yet. And that's 25% sesame seed oil. And there you have your dressing for your salad. And you'll get to try that. Okay, before we taste test anything, any questions on anything at all? Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us on Vivi's Vegan Venue, and we'll see you next month.